Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're here to recap day 2 of the round of 16 games at Euro 2024. We watched two of the favorites play today in England and in Spain, and both teams got the wins, and both teams are going through to the quarterfinals of this tournament, and both teams were down 1-0 in their games, but both teams look very different. One team looked very convincing and dominant, as they have the whole tournament, obviously, in Spain, and the other team looked as they've looked this entire tournament, honestly, which is uninspiring and really, really shaky. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about both of those games, give you guys my opinion on what I watched, and whatever you guys agree or disagree with, please let me know in the comments section down below. But anyway, let's start with the game that's most fresh in our memories, the one that we just watched, Spain beating Georgia 4-1 to advance to the quarterfinals to play Germany. That's going to be an insane fucking game. I cannot wait to watch that. But anyway, staying on this game specifically before we start looking ahead, let's talk about this game. Spain, when it was 0-0, Spain were the better team. When Lenormand scored that own goal and Spain went down to 1-0, they were the better team. In the second half, when Spain obviously came out of the locker room, they were the better team. When Rodri scored that goal to equalize, they were the better team. My point is, Spain were the better team throughout this whole game. I could have just said that, it would have saved me a lot of time. But anyway, Spain were the better team throughout this whole game. And Georgia played a good game, bro. Georgia should leave that stadium, those players should leave that stadium with their heads held high, because they played a really, really good game, and they had a great tournament overall. No one saw them getting this far and going up 1-0 against Spain. But still, bro, the quality just wasn't there for them. And again, I think Georgia played a decent game, but Spain are just the better team. Spain's attacking options are insane. Spain are just, they've looked this good throughout the whole tournament. Spain are just that good of a team. They, to me, are the favorites now to win this whole thing. I believe it with my whole heart, because the way that they've played, the way that Luis de la Fuentes has that team playing, they play some of the most beautiful and attractive football, honestly, in this whole tournament, and really in international football. And for me, I'm just happy to see that team succeed. It has Barca players, it has Real Madrid players, I don't give a fuck, but I'm just happy to see Spain succeed, because that team, man, what they've given us this whole tournament, they have yet to concede, an opposing player, is yet to score against Spain. They've conceded one goal in this whole tournament. Mind you, they were in the group of death, and they've conceded one goal in this whole tournament. It was today, and it was a Lenormand own goal, which was just an unfortunate bounce off his body. But yeah, man, to me, Spain, Rodri was fantastic today, scored that goal. Nico Williams, bring him to the Camp Nou. I don't care what it fucking costs. It's only 58 million. Only, I'm saying, that's not. But obviously, in today's market, for Nico Williams, he should be going for 100. And we have the opportunity to get him for 58 million, and we know he wants to come to Barca. Please go get Nico Williams. Players like that, or we're seeing it right now. Most people who just watch the Prem never knew about Nico Williams. But us, if you're watching this channel, and obviously me, because I watch La Liga, because my team plays in La Liga, and I watch Nico Williams against Barca a lot. He scored against us in the Copa del Rey this year. Remember when they knocked us out? We all knew this guy. We all knew how good this guy was. We La Liga fans, we know. We've seen it before. New fans that have never seen him are just realizing how good he is, but we've seen it for a long time. And in that first goal that Rodri scored, obviously he has the assist. Pedri has that ding. To me, Pedri today wasn't great. Hasn't been at his best throughout this whole tournament, but still, Pedri, he still shows you he has those moments of brilliance where he could just change the game like that. And that ding and pass to Nico was obviously fantastic. Nico with the pass to Rodri. Rodri, as he's done so many times for Man City, comes up huge, man, scoring that goal to equalize the game. And then after that, man, after Spain equalized, it was just going to be smooth sailing for them, because their attack is just too potent. Lamine Yamal, I got to talk about him. You guys know I have to talk about him. I tweeted this out. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, by the way, the link is in the description. But I tweeted this out. People comparing Lamine Yamal to Endrick. It's like people were actually comparing Lamine Yamal and Endrick. And I'm not saying that to try and diminish Endrick or pick on Endrick, because I do think he's going to be a great prospect. But there's a certain level of respect you have to put on Lamine Yamal's name, and comparing him to other youngsters is just not the way to do it. Lamine Yamal is one of the best wingers in world football. Wingers, period. He's not, we got to stop putting him in the conversation with, the best young, Lamine Yamal has transcended that. He's surpassed that already. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm glazing, but maybe, dude, it's just a fact, bro. I'm literally speaking a fact. It's an objective fact. What we see from Lamine Yamal, yes, his end product is fucking terrible. He can't finish for shit. I wish his finishing was better. He deserves a goal at this tournament, and he hasn't gotten one because his finishing has been so bad. And he's had a couple chances in front of goal which he should have converted. And at Barca, I mean, if you watch Barca games, obviously I do, and I'm sure most of you guys watching this video do as well, because obviously I'm mostly focused around Barca, but you guys watch, Lamine Yamal, one of the things that he's missing is end product. Now, obviously, he's 16. Most 16-year-olds are not great finishers. Okay, so once I believe that Lamine Yamal, once he gets to 18, 19, 20 years old, he'll get that part of his game sorted out, and then he'll be literally fucking unstoppable, because that's the one thing he's missing right now. But that trademark, that pass, bro, that pass was just so beautiful, man. I think that was a goal by Fabian Ruiz, who continues to be amazing at this tournament, by the way. Fabian Ruiz has been so good, man. Cucurella was so good. The whole back line for Spain has played so well, man. The team overall just plays so well. We have that pass, man. It's like a Messi ball, bro. He cuts it on his left foot and just plays that looping ball. Messi used to love playing that ball to Jordi Alba. Obviously, we know, I'm not trying to compare Lamine Yamal to Messi, but there are similarities in their game, and that's one of them, the cutting in on the left foot and playing that looping ball to the back post, which Messi has done so well throughout his career. And yeah, Lamine Yamal is just he's just a different type of player. He brings something different to every game, and for me, watching him play, knowing that he's a Barca player, it just brings me so much joy. It's amazing to watch Lamine Yamal play week in and week out, and he's been, I mean, if you didn't know before, now you know, there's no better youngster in world football than Lamine Yamal. There is no better youngster than Lamine Yamal in world football, and he's showcasing why at the biggest tournament in European football, which is the Euros, obviously. And I have no doubt he'll do it for the World Cup, in the World Cup for Spain when they get there. And yeah, to me, Lamine Yamal is fantastic. But yeah, again, like I said, Spain today, bro, they move the ball so well. They look so fluid in the attack. Players occupy different spaces on the pitch, but they all play to a certain standard, bro. It's just so fantastic to watch Spain play. Luis de la Fuentes, man, that brand of football that they play. Again, Georgia, man, props to them because they had a really, really good tournament. But again, the quality, I predicted it in my video, not trying to toot my own horn here, but I obviously, if you guys watch my prediction video that I posted on Friday, I said I believe Spain will win this game by more than 2 goals. And obviously, the scoreline doesn't really do it justice because, again, no, that actually is the wrong wording. The scoreline is actually, it does Georgia a disservice because they weren't that bad. They weren't that bad today, but Spain are just that good in my opinion. Yeah, today they won 4-1, and like I said, I cannot wait to watch that game when they play Germany on Friday. That's going to be the game of the tournament so far, in my opinion, because those are the 2 teams that look the best. And to see them face off against each other, it will be amazing. But yeah, to me, Spain, man, I want to give a shout out to Lamine Yamal. Like I always want to give a shout out to Nico Williams. Alvaro Morata has been decent at this tournament as well. The whole midfield is playing so well. Rodri, Fabian Ruiz has been, like I said, amazing. Pedri has had his ups and downs, but for the most part has been good for Spain. The whole back line has been fantastic. Carvajal is having a great tournament. Cucurella, like I said, Lenormand, Laporte, Unai Simon has been great in between the posts. But anyway, let's talk about England now. Because England beat Slovakia 2-1 after extra time. Look, bro, that was this close to being one of the biggest collapses in the history of international football. I don't want to, like, if England would have lost that game, it would have been a collapse because the way that they played in that game, up until that Jude Bellingham goal, was disgraceful, man. It was disgraceful and it was embarrassing. If you're an England fan, there's no way you're part of that team after they came off the pitch today. There's no way, man. You're happy you got the win and you're going on to the quarterfinals, which obviously in international football, that's all that matters is moving on. But bro, that was embarrassing. That was almost as bad as Iceland was in 2016 with Roy Hodgson. That was almost that bad. It was about to be like 8 years later. It was about to be basically the same thing. Losing to a team you had no business losing to in your first knockout round game. It's unacceptable, bro. In that first half, in my opinion, I thought Bellingham was good because he had that one pass to Trippier. He was actually creating a couple of chances. He had that one pass to Trippier, which was a fantastic pass. Trippier gets it on his preferred right foot, and he sends it to row 50. What a terrible finish from Kieran Trippier, by the way, who's been just an awful player this tournament. I know he's playing out of position, but God, man. Try something different over there. Jesus, it was so bad to watch Trippier. It's been so bad to watch Trippier this whole tournament. Again, I get he's playing as a left back and he's a right back, but goddamn, man, that was on your right foot and you can't even like get it on target. And then obviously Slovakia were just cutting up England every single time in the attack. It was insane to watch in that first half. Like every time Slovakia went forward, they were just finding a way to get through on goal. And then obviously that goal that they scored was just a beautiful ball, and that finish is fantastic. I mean, Slovakia, props to them, bro. The way that they played in that first half was just beautiful. But then the second half comes around, and like it happens a lot of times at these international tournaments, the smaller team, or the underdog in this case in Slovakia, gets comfortable. And a team like England, bro, individual quality is eventually going to come through. I thought Kobbie Mainoo, by the way, was fantastic in that first half. I thought Bukayo Saka in that first half was really, really good as well. I thought Kobbie Mainoo was the best player on the pitch for England today. It just like that kid, you see him in bad midfields, like in United, and now you see him at England, which has been kind of a dysfunctional midfield throughout this whole tournament. And you see Kobbie Mainoo there, and it's like, holy shit, man, this kid can do it with these people. He can do it with anybody. And again, England have good talent around him, but Kobbie Mainoo just seems to be one of those guys that he just transcends. Like he's just way too good. He's a really, really good player, and I thought Kobbie Mainoo played really well today, carrying the ball forward, just showing for the ball. He was doing everything for England in that first half and a parts in that second half. Obviously, Southgate took him off because Gareth Southgate is just a joke of a manager. But anyway, in that second half, Foden to me was just not good. Offside on that goal. Harry Kane, man, he gets that goal, which obviously saved them, but Jesus, bro, Harry Kane has been awful at this tournament. He's been so bad, and the fact that he's played nearly every minute for England at this Euro is unacceptable, bro. It was unacceptable. But you know what's funny to me? The two players that were most scrutinized by England fans and by really football fans at large for the majority of that game were Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham. Also, Phil Foden was getting a lot of shit, was getting shit on a lot too. But I would say those two guys, and they were the two that came through. And again, Jude Bellingham to me in the second half was terrible, man. There's really no other way to put it. He was terrible. And for the most part this Euro, he hasn't been the Jude Bellingham that we saw at Madrid, which is a guy who's going to finish top 3 in Ballon d'Or voting this year. But what I saw from Jude today on the pitch, I mean, he was just falling on every time. He was just like, it just seems like he was losing his balance. Like at every little push that a Slovakian player gave him, he was falling over. But then that is also, like, we Barca fans, we know this, man, because we watched it twice this year already. Jude Bellingham, bro, he can be quiet for a whole game, and then he comes through and scores a fucking goal to break your heart. And he did it against Barca twice this year. At Montjuic and at the Bernabeu. He scored 2 winners against us. And he did that again today. A game-time goal against Slovakia. A beautiful bicycle kick, by the way. Jesus fuck, man. The quality you have to score a goal like that is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And it's no surprise that the second Phil Foden came off the pitch, England score a goal. Isn't that crazy, bro? Ivan Toney comes on. Gareth Southgate waited too late to make subs, in my opinion, impactful subs, because he obviously took off Trippier because he was injured. He put Saka at left back, which people were fucking dying for. Put Saka at left back. It's like, bro, Saka's not, like, why would you want one of your best attacking options playing as a left back? It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, you put Saka at left back, but that's the only reason why you did that is because Trippier got hurt. But you didn't make, like, you went into like the 70th something minute to actually make impactful subs. Like subs that you weren't forced to make. It's ridiculous, bro. It is ridiculous. He's a joke of a player. Declan Rice today, it was a lot of sideways passes and back passes. He did obviously have that shot on goal that hit the post. I think Declan kind of became better in that, like, towards like the 80th minute onward in that game. I think he started to find it more of his form. But for the most part, it was a lot of side and back passes, bro. It was just a lot of side passes, just doing nothing with the ball. And that was England's attack today, bro. It was like at one point they were just hoofing balls into the pitch. Southgate did nothing by bringing on Ivan Toney because he was just trying it out with 2 strikers. They were like 30 seconds away from getting knocked out of this tournament. And your manager was not making any subs and sitting on his hands once again, which we've seen from Southgate in the past, most notably in the final of this very young competition 3 years back. So for me, again, like I said, I think England have all this quality, man, and they just look so disappointing. That was about to be one of the biggest collapses in Euro history. Again, I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that. It was about to be that bad. England losing to Slovakia in the round of 16. After getting thoroughly outplayed, by the way, throughout that whole game. Because England had their first shot on goal was, like, I think, in extra time. Or maybe the Jude Bellingham shot was their first shot on goal. Against Slovakia, bro. In a Euro round of 16 game when they came into this tournament as one of the favorites. Kyle Walker today, absolutely terrible. Got dusted in defense and was just not great going forward. But again, bro, I think Kobbie Mainoo was fantastic. I want to give a shout out to him because he, to me, looks so good. I think Cole Palmer, when he came on, he obviously gave that team a different spark, and you could tell that the fans wanted to see him. I think that obviously put their fans on their feet. Southgate finally making a creative substitution, bringing in Cole Palmer. I thought Anthony Gordon not coming in for this game was criminal. But yeah, Phil Foden's got to step up. Harry Kane's got to step up. Bellingham's got to step up. Everybody's got to step up. I think Saka's been amazing this tournament. I think he's been really good. Like I said, I thought in the first half he was great. Saka, Mainoo, bro, those guys have been just really good for England. But again, the 2 guys that were most scrutinized by England fans, and Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane, both came through with goals. And that's why, at some point, when you're, like I was saying earlier, when you're a team like Slovakia and you're sitting back against a team that has this much quality, today you almost got away with it. You almost got away with it today. But then again, it shows you when you have that individual quality, when you have a guy like Jude Bellingham who could do that at any given moment, sometimes you just got to go out and try and put the pressure on a team like that and get that second goal, and then the game's really done. If you can get a second goal, if they would have got a second goal today, that game would have been over. It doesn't matter if Jude Bellingham scores because you'll still be down a goal with, 15 seconds to win the game. It would have been done. But again, that's just, I understand why they did that, because you don't want to go out and try and get another goal and then you concede by being too exposed at the back. But just, it's sad for Slovakia, man, because they played a good game. It's sad for both. I mean, both of those teams that played the favorites today in Georgia and Slovakia, both of their fans deserve, both sets of players for both of those teams deserve a lot of respect and a lot of, they deserve to be acknowledged, because what they did today, putting up a fight against 2 teams that are really good, at least obviously England we know on paper, but Spain on paper and also on the pitch, is honestly remarkable, man, and I want to give a shout out to them. But yeah, bro, those are my thoughts on the games. I thought Spain was utterly fantastic today, man, and deserved that win. Again, the scoreline does a disservice to Georgia because they weren't that bad, but Spain are just amazing. 4-1, it's just crazy. And I thought England just looked sloppy, and I think against Switzerland, you're gonna have to do a lot better than that to beat that Switzerland team, that Swiss team, because they just knocked out Italy. Well, again, granted, Italy were not great throughout this whole tournament, not even close. That was still the defending European champions, and they knocked them out 2-0 and looked much better than Italy. That game yesterday was just a fucking rout. And this is also a team that knocked out France 3 years back. Also one of the biggest upsets of the tournament, if not the biggest, when they knocked out France. So to me, England's got to be careful, bro. I don't think Southgate's going to try anything new. I don't think he's going to bring in Anthony Gordon to play on the left. I don't think he's going to start Cole Palmer. I don't think he's going to drop Harry Kane. I don't think he's going to drop Jude Bellingham. I think he's going to do the same thing that he's been doing throughout this whole tournament, except this time he will start Mainoo because he deserves to be started. And then we'll see what England, maybe they come away with a 1-0 win, or maybe the same thing happens today. But yeah, that is my recap for day 2 of the Euros, man. Let me know what you guys thought about both of those games down below. I love every single one of you, man. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.